Bleed black and gold, buff forever. You already know, man. It's your boy, YouKnowTGreen, and I'm back with another one. Oh man, boy. They say when it rains, it pours. They got money for wars, but they can't feed the poor. Cause Lord have mercy. U.S. today, boy, they dropped the bombshell today. They dropped the bombshell. They got the internet going crazy right now. We got to talk about it. And I know a lot of times I get on here and y'all say, man, T Green, you say it's bust forever and you talk about the bad stuff and everything. But this is the thing. You have to talk about everything. You got to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the mishaps, the wins, the losses, the everything. You got to be genuine. You got to give the people, what they want, which is the truth. So that's what it's about right now. So with that being said, let's talk about it. And the big elephant in the room, Warren Sapp. As bad as we want Warren Sapp as our defensive line coach, there's talks that he could be even the defensive coordinator. I don't think this gonna happen, y'all. I don't think Warren Sapp is gonna make his way out to Colorado. I know he done graduated. I saw the pictures online. I was hyped seeing him hold up that diploma. Now he could come out here and coach. We already know Deion want Warren Sapp to be a coach. But today, US Today, it's funny I said today, USA Today dropped this article that got the internet going crazy. It started off with them saying this. The university, talking about Colorado Buffaloes, still never confirmed Sapp's hiring and gave this response Friday after being asked about it by who else? US Today Sports. This is what they said. There have been no conversation about hiring Warren Sapp for an assistant coach position at the University of Colorado, said Steve Hobart, spokesman for CU Boulder. US Today Sports then asked if there were conversations about hiring Sapp for any job there. Hobart replied, not at this time. Hobart also said Sanders isn't going to comment beyond what he's already publicly said about Sapp, which include him saying he was excited about Coach Sapp joining the staff. So let's break this down. We know Coach Prime won't Warren Sapp out there in Boulder. The university is saying there has been no talks about Sapp coming out here to the University of Boulder and being a coach for them dogs. So something ain't right here. We know Prime is telling us what just like Herbert said, what he want us to know. I want Coach Sapp, Warren Sapp, as a coach out here in Boulder. The university said pretty much there hasn't been no talks of this. Like, you know what I mean? So this is getting strange. But why is the university saying this? First, let me say this here. I have a daughter, I have a mother, I have a sister, I have aunties. I don't believe at no point, under no circumstance, a man should ever put his hands on a female. That's just me saying. Now, there have been circumstances where men have been getting jumped and you had to defend yourself. There are certain circumstances. But in hindsight, I personally don't feel that no man should ever put their hands on a woman. Domestic violence is real. All jokes aside, if you know somebody who's in the domestic violence case, please help them out. Please call the numbers on the internet. I'll probably throw it up on the screen like right about now. Reach out. Get these people help. You know what I mean? That's just being real. Back to this story. So why is it that, the university is pretty much saying, hey, there has been no talks, Why, what's the confusion? What's really the confusion? Here it is, here. His potential hiring has led organizations that support domestic violence survivors in Colorado to express concerns. So we got members of these organizations out there in Boulder who is, hey, they making a big uproar right now. What is going on? This is what they said. By recruiting someone with a history of public allegations of gender-based violence, including domestic violence, they risk promoting violence rather than speaking out against it, said a statement to US Today by Violence Free Colorado, right? They're a federal recognized anti-domestic violence coalition for the state of Colorado, right? This is what they saying now. They risk saying that violence is excusable if the player or coach is successful. They risk undermining the public work CU has done to speak out against domestic violence. As advocates, we know the answer is not to ignore the allegations against Mr. Sapp, but to address them head on. Whew. Allegations. Now you're probably wondering what allegations, and we're gonna jump into it about Warren Sapp. But why are they bringing this up now? You already know it. The time is ticking, and from my understanding, just like Sanders and Coach Prime had said on the Rich Eisman show, he has so much to give. I can't wait to see him on a daily basis. Basically, pretty much, Coach Prime is looking forward to seeing him out there in Boulder. But wait a minute now. Wait a minute. What are the allegations, y'all? We're going to talk about it. Here are the allegations, y'all. But first, let me say this. Before we even get into Warren Sapp allegations, because it's all public record, we know it. But why is Colorado is being so, kind of holding up their shield a little bit? And I'm sure Warren Sapp is going to get vetted and talked to if they acting like they don't know that Coach Brown won't Warren Sapp to Boulder. But why is this being such an uproar? Let's just bring this back up here. We got to talk about it. Colorado football coach punished in assisted domestic violence case. Now, US Today reported on this back in 2017, y'all. Check this out. Colorado University Chancellor Phil DeStefano, athletic director Rick George, and football coach Mike, what's his last name, y'all? Mike Inkatary? Y'all know I'm not good with names, so go ahead and start laughing. Go ahead and get in that comment section, because y'all know I'm going to mess up some names. So Mike Inkatary will all be punished for failures in handling of an alleged domestic violence case against former assistant coach Joe Toplin, the school announced. Oh, Lord have mercy. Check this out now. DeStefano will serve a 10-day suspension, and George, and I'm just going to call him Mac, will donate $100,000 each to benefit domestic violence awareness for failing to report accusations against Tompkins. Whew. So apparently, back then, there was some things going on, and they ain't say nothing. Okay. The woman said she called McIntyre and told him about the allegations in December, a few weeks before he suspended Tompkins. So pretty much, the school made an announcement after the meeting of the boards, basically, and they followed the investigation into, we got to say allegedly, because I don't know nothing about the case. I didn't have time to read up on it. But as far as of domestic violence of Tompkins' girlfriend, y'all, pretty much, something happened between him and his girlfriend, and hey, the rest is history. I don't know all the details. I didn't have time, again, y'all, to go into the history of what he did. But this is why the university is holding up their shield against Sapp. Okay, let's get on to the bread and butter of Warren Sapp. Now, as I said, this is all public information. Yes, let's just say allegedly and all of that stuff. I'm just going to say that now. So y'all don't come after me talking about Green. You saying all of this. All this stuff is on the internet, y'all. We just speaking on what we think. You know what I mean? All right. So this is just us talking. This is what I think. You know what I mean? The reason why Warren Sapp probably won't be our our defensive line coach. This is just me thinking now. I don't know, but this is just me talking. Hall of Famer, now this back in 2015. Hall of Famer Warren Sapp took a plea deal to spare him jail time in the Las Vegas criminal case involving a scuffle with his former girlfriend that began at a casino hotel swimming pool. All right. Now, after all that went down, the judge fined Warren Sapp $345 and ordered him to pay $2,555 in restitution. Then he had to do 48 hours of community service, 6 months of counseling, and stay out of trouble for 6 months. All right. Now, 2 other misdemeanor charges was dismissed, y'all. You know what I mean? They got rid of those. So this what all went down. Now, also, this what the woman said happened. Sapp was charged in June with arguing with the woman and pulling her arm or purse in April incident at the M Resort in Henderson, right? Henderson County. Knocking the woman down a short time later at her Las Vegas condominium. So I guess they went back to the condominium. He knocked her down. You know what I mean? She told the police she ended up on the floor and thought she may have suffered a concussion while Warren Sapp stepped on the right-hand side of her face. Now, these accusations just came in months after Warren Sapp was fired for, he used to do the on-air analyst, for the NFL. Now, he was fired for soliciting and assaulting a prostitute during Super Bowl weekend, y'all. I'm just saying, hey, all this is public information. So he pleaded guilty to both of those charges, and the solicitation charge, was dropped after he completed a diversion program, some type of program he had to go through. The solicitation part of it was dropped, but that assault part wasn't. So, man, that's the history on Warren Sapp. I didn't really want to talk about it because it's one of those things like Coach Prime say. He believe in growth and forgiveness and growing from your mistakes and being a better person in the end. But with that being said, there are victims who suffered from domestic violence. You may know somebody who suffered from being in a domestic violence type of relationship with a woman or a male. And, when you really think about it, though, it's really not good. It's really not cool. Even though with time, you would want to forget about it and you would hope these people would grow and it's really not good, But at the end of the day, man, you got to be safe. You got to recognize when things are not going right, in the relationship. And you'll know the signs, the aggressiveness, I've never been in a domestic relationship. I'm just going by what others have told me. But there'll be the signs, and don't be afraid to go get help. It's a serious matter. Like it's serious. But like I said, y'all, this is just my opinion on why I think Warren Sapp won't get hired as the our defensive line coach. And it's sad, you know, you wish your history won't be brought up. But like they say, man, the old folks saying, what's done in the dark shall come to light. And even though you could be changed, and don't get me wrong, it's stuff out here, like we got people out here who say they want to grab them by the you know what. But the powers that be, when it comes to us, you know how that goes. So at the end of the day, you know, it's not about race. We ain't gonna bring race into it. It's about what's right and what's wrong. And unfortunately, the things that Warren Sapp did in his past was wrong. So we know he made it right by doing what he had to do, going to seek help, doing everything that he needed to do on his, you know, probation period. But now you want to be a coach out here at the University of Colorado and coach these dogs. They're going to bring up this stuff. And they brought it up. US Today really brought everything up. So, man, it is what it is. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this video, or I may get a lot of love for this video. Either way, y'all get down in that comment section right now and let me know what y'all think. Honestly, do you think Warren Sapp going to be our coach? On the defensive line coach, I should say, our defensive line coach? Or do you think University of Boulder gonna just let this slip to the wayside? And yeah, Coach Prime, I know you want him, but you know that little situation that happened back in the day in 2017. What year that was when that went down? Yeah, 2017. Hey, never again will we sit by the wayside, and you know. But like I say, they may vet him, and you know, they go through that process to see if he have been. Hey, Warren Sapp ain't been in no trouble since then. We haven't not heard anything bad about Warren Sapp. Let me just put that out there, you know. So that goes to show you, you know, hey, he's a changed man. You know, everybody should be given a second chance, right? What y'all think? Get down in that comment section right now. You already know the motto. You already know the motto, man. Another day above ground is what? Truly a blessing. Like, share, subscribe, tune in with your boy, YouKnowTGreen, and I'm going to be right back with another one.